Hey, this is Delaney. As I mentioned in my first video, I'm going to do some hair tutorials. This is the basic three-strand braid. Very simple, and honestly, when I get to doing more hairstyles and less tutorials on braids, I'm going to be using this a lot. Also, many YouTube styles are found with this sort of braid. This is the braid of all braids. I don't mean that as in its most hard or difficult or complex or cool, but this is the braid where if people ask you, do you know how to braid? This is what they mean. It's a three-strand braid. It's it is what a braid looks like if you think of the stereotypic braid. Now, materials for this braid are just one way or two of securing the braid, depending on the size of it. I used a little bit of pomade to form this. This is just so that you can see, just so you can see this a little bit better. And I slicked down the 3 strands. I'm going to show you first on how to do it on some yarn, some lovely 3-strand blue yarn. Now, I actually did not use different colors for a specific reason, because it is similar to your hair. You can use multiple colors of yarn if you want to practice, just to not get yourself confused. It does get a pretty cool look to it as well. That's why, like, highlighted hair that's braided looks really cool. Unfortunately, not all of us have highlights, or chose not to. I don't think that's super unfortunate. I actually chose not to as well. But it's similar. Anyways, I used a bit of pomade. That, I'm just going to say something real quick about that. That's actually quite inexpensive, $2 or $3, and I'm sure that this is going to last me at least a year. I don't know. That can't be too bad. So that's that. Basic 3-strand braid. Now I'm going to show you on the yarn. If this video is really sorry, if this video is really confusing, please just let me know in the comments. I'm not going to get offended, as long as you're not thrown. As long as you're being respectful, I would appreciate that. Just because I'm really new to this, so forgive that. Also, I'm going to point out, these are similar to the waves that you can achieve with smaller braids. I've used different kinds of braids on, like I did one kind of braid to here, and then I stuck it with another braid and did another kind of braid. I'll talk about those later, just so I don't confuse you. But that's the wonderful thing about braids, is you put your hair in a braid overnight, and it's dry if it's wet, and then you wake up, take the braid out. Ooh, cool, waves. That's one of the benefits of braiding. And also, I'm going to throw this out there. This is my personal opinion, but I think every person in general should learn how to braid. It's something to do with your hands, honestly. And it's really nice to know for hair, for yarn works. This braid is kind of awesome and I think everyone should know it. Now, I don't usually wear something like this, by the way. I'm not one of those pigtail kind of people. I'm only wearing this to show you. So anyways, back to this. I spent 4 minutes talking. Sorry, guys. Okay. This sort of braid. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take right over middle, which becomes the new middle, and then left over middle. So that's what that looks like. Right over middle, left over middle. Right over middle, left over middle. I'm doing this loosely so that you can see. It usually, tighten it up, looks a bit tighter. Then again, loose braids are kind of popular lately. But it's right over middle, left over middle, right over middle, left over middle, or left over middle, right over middle. Not a big deal which one you start with. I just started with my left hand, but that's your right. This is all to you, by the way. That's that. Very easy, and I highly suggest practicing on yarn a little bit, just because with hair, your hair is not just 3 strands. Many thousands of strands of hair at least, and so that is, it's easier to keep track of only 3 strands, but it's literally just switching out the middle, going like this. Now when you're doing it on yourself, it'll look like this when you're braiding, but in the mirror it may look like this, the middle piece. And there's also a technique I'm going to show you when we get to, and I'll show you with the hair. So much for slick down 3 strands. There we go. Much better. Okay. What you do here is, I'll just grab each strand. One way to divide it is just to take 3, to just take 2 actually. Yeah, 2. Fork it out, have a center. That's a really quick way of doing a braid if you're in a hurry. Just grab, fork, slick down, grab, and then grab each side. I kind of already slicked it down just for time purposes, and it's easier to see. So when you do it on yourself, or other people actually, with hair in general, or even yarn, that was just pretty thin yarn, I just grab each end and I cross over and I grab. So, and what I'm trying to do, my hands just don't understand why I have to explain this, is you just twist, and there we go. At a certain point, your fingers will just grab that middle piece and just twist and let go, and it becomes system. I'm going to show you quickly, and then I'll go back and explain. Just so if you get a quick idea, it is literally just. A lot of people can, seriously, this took me like 20 seconds. I spent much more time talking. So, also a way to pull apart the braid for future reference, I literally just take a finger, go like that, especially if it's thick. If it doesn't fall apart on its own, it's really easy to motivate it too. So again, we've got our 3 strands, and I'm going to grab each side, and now, there we go. This is not very comfortable for me, but I'm sure that this will benefit you more. So I've got this one. I'm going to grab the middle piece, and it's the side. I'm going to take this one, grab the middle piece, twist. You don't need to twist the hair, you just need to twist it so that you change the position of the strands. So I don't know if you see what's happening, guys. Everyone, I think a lot of people have different ways of doing this with their hands too. The hand part's not, I think, a big deal as long as you achieve the effect, which you can kind of see the braid. The lighting it's not great here, but, and I'll just do it very slowly, and you can see what that looks like. I suggest maybe looking at what you're doing first. With the basic braid, taking a look at what you're doing is always a good thing. Just because, I'll sit up a bit. This is a very basic braid. You need to learn how to get it right first. So that's that explanation. And then where have I put it? Oh, here we go. 1 second. Sorry. There we go. To secure it in the hair, simply tie it in elastic like a ponytail. One thing too, do not be upset if you did a giant thick piece of hair and you can only, and you run out of strands run out or start to come out, like at this point in your hair. If your hair is really thick and not every strand is the exact same length, and even if it was, it's not a big deal. Pomade is a wonderful thing though if you have layers. I don't. probably because I braid my hair so much. I actually ask that they don't put layers in my hair, because I plan on putting it up. My job requires that I have hair up. I actually have a lab class right now that requires that I have my hair up. So I ask, when I get my hair cut, I don't have them layer it. They understand why. Also, my hair is kind of long, or it's medium long. Yeah, it's kind of wavy too. If I straightened it, it would be a little bit longer. And they did a perimeter cut, so it's the same length all the way around, even if it grows weird. So that's that. Now the reason I did this really quick is this helps a lot, redirecting your hair. You can tighten it up. I don't suggest doing this exact one if you're trying to go for a more mature look. If you're learning how to braid, and you've got a little, if you got a little daughter or son, even if they have longer hair, and you want to just be able to do it without any problem, without picking up loose hairs, this kind of separates the rest of them from the hair, and it would cause a bump if I went back and picked it up incorrectly. It's a nice way to get a lot of practice in on hair. Some people even will just make 3 little ponytails or something, just so that there's no picking up of other hair, because that actually can be painful if you do it wrong. If you pick up hair and you're not intentionally doing it, and it's just randomly being picked up and you're not paying attention, that hurts. If you're not doing it, it may, just because it doesn't pull right. So that's how you do a basic braid. Thank you for watching this video. Please leave a comment. It would be great to hear from the people who actually watch my videos. Still really new. Again, I've said that probably 12 times. But, hey, thank you so much for watching. And if you have any other questions about the braid, please feel free to contact me. And I will be uploading a whole bunch of different other styles of braid very soon. And then I will start getting into the braids that the braids used in hairstyles. Some are from TV shows, some I find on Pinterest, and honestly, if you guys see some, if you guys have any requests, I'll try to meet those. I'm not perfect at braiding yet. I mean, this I'm pretty sure I'm a master at, but like complex hairstyle braids, I'm not perfect. I will do my best. Thank you.